What up, everybody? Everybody, what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the What's Up, Everybody podcast here with my co-host, Sweet T, in the house. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Doing good, doing good. Had a good time with you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We had, went to a haunted house.
Haunted trail. Actually.
Haunted trail. That's right. It's not really a haunted. I mean, there were houses in it. Several houses. One of the best haunted trails, haunted anything, I would say, in the entire universe.
In the entire universe.
Yeah.
That's an accurate statement.
Thank you. Mad World. And we had a little competition, me and Sweet T. $1,000 goes to the one.
$1,000 up for grabs, yeah.
Up for grabs. Whoever screams first. So that's actually going to be a video up next week. So you guys need to go check this week. This week, that's right. So y'all need to go check that out. See who won. See who screamed first.
Yeah, first Halloween haunted thing we've been to in a minute, obviously. Last year's climate. I know you kept telling them while we were there that we were there last year, but I'm pretty sure we weren't.
I thought we were. I thought we did. We did a teens night out. Like a real small, it was a small one, I think. Are you sure?
Maybe we did. Now that you're saying that, it's kind of like jogging my memory.
I think we did. We usually take like our students, or we have a teens night out. We take our students usually on a haunted trail or something like that. But you know, we have like one or two or three of them that won't even walk through because they're so scared. Yeah. But it was fun. We had a few guys. We had Weston Wilson, one of our buddies slash fighters, his brother Eli, and my nephew Jace, who was one of the cameramen, and Garcia, one of our other students and helpers at Upstate Karate. So it was a lot of fun. Go check that out. Super awesome. Super awesome.
It's going to be an exciting video for you guys. I think we're going to start doing some more content like that. So if you're interested in that challenge type stuff, Wonderboy versus Sweet T, you guys are always asking us to spar and stuff like that. We've done some sparring, but we're going to keep things fresh and do some different challenges and different things like that, and lay it all on the line.
Yeah.
See who's really the better Thompson, the youngest or the oldest boy. We have an older sister, so I can't say youngest and oldest. But
yeah, I mean, man. I wouldn't say boy.
Boy. You know. Y'all know.
Okay, just because you have facial hair doesn't mean
I know
that
you have
you're
a
the
hormone
manly
disorder.
Stop.
Quick, what movie?
Stop. Hot Rod.
Yeah, correct. So let's get into it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's start with this weekend's controversies.
Yay!
The old Costa-versy.
Costa-versy versus Vittori. First off, I thought leading up to it, especially the trash talk, it was kind of cringe. Vittori and the Costa thing, having beef with each other. But, what happened, I wasn't that big of a fan of either guy because I just don't think number one, I thought, maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Costa is a cheater. Didn't he get popped with something?
Something.
Don't like that.
I think so. I think they both did at some point in time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that won't. Both of them then. Mm-hmm. But the dude comes in 20 pounds heavy.
Yeah.
How in the flip does that happen? How in the heck? How do you, any blame that on what, a torn bicep, you were saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that has nothing to do with you not making weight. You know what I mean? Yep. The dieting. I mean, you can run with a torn bicep. You can move around. You can sit in the sauna with a torn bicep.
Yep.
So it didn't look torn to me. He was out there scrapping. He was out there throwing bombs, but I don't know. There's a lot of when you look at Costa, yeah, he's a dangerous guy, and he could probably beat me up. But the guy is kind of full of excuses. Mm-hmm. He lost to, Izzy Adesanya because of a bottle of wine he had the night before.
Yeah.
He was saying, so I don't know. It was a good fight, though. I thought it was a great fight. They said Vettori had to put on like 20 more pounds or something like that in order. He looked huge too. They look pretty much the exact same size when they stepped out there. It's just one, I had to go through more of a crazier weight cut. I had to really get down there, Vettori. And Costa really didn't have to do a whole lot, and that's taxing on your body. It's like me stepping out there, getting ready to fight somebody, and I'm sunk down, I'm dry heaving in the back or about to pass out, and this guy's dropping, 10 pounds or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, something
it's
easy
not.
for you guys.
It's not that. I can get to 175 pretty easy. It's those last 5 pounds that are the worst, that you're just draining from. You're just at every orifice, every cell of your body, just drawing out all that water is the worst of a weight cut. Those last 5 pounds. Mm-hmm. I can get 175 and I feel okay. I mean, it's not comfortable, but I feel okay.
Yeah.
I can sit there and talk. I haven't lost my voice yet. My eyes hasn't really sunk in, but once I start dropping those last 5 pounds to get to 170, my voice changes. My ears pop. My eyes, you can really tell my eyes are really start to sink in, and I get cramps in the weirdest spots, like the back of my head back here.
Yeah,
is the worst cramps, pain you will ever. Like I've had full on calf cramps, not even compared.
Yeah.
Worse, way back, like these little small muscles back here just cramp up, and there's no way to get it out. You're sitting there trying to press it, and it's terrible. But not very professional.
Yeah, those. That's usually why people miss weight by a couple of pounds, because those last few are the hardest to get. But when you got a guy like Costa who comes in 20 pounds over on fight week, you got to chalk that up to the dude just didn't even try.
He didn't even try. I thought that against Till when I fought Till. Like, the guy's not even trying. He's got 5 pounds. Are you kidding me? Mm-hmm. But then you got Costa, 20 pounds. Stupid. But Vittori, man, hats off to him making the fight happen. And he won.
Yeah.
And he
deservedly.
Won. Yeah.
Rightfully so. I'm glad he did. Kind of like you said, I wasn't really a fan of either.
Yeah.
But Vittori kind of won me over. He didn't win me over. I'm not like a diehard fan now, but I might tune in a little bit more to watch him fight just because of the way he carried himself. And then he said some funny stuff at the interview afterwards. They were asking him, they were like, because he said that, number one, Costa was talking trash saying Vittori and his camp were trying to get out of the fight.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, did you see that interview?
I did. I saw bits and pieces of it, yeah.
And then, but in reality, it was Costa who wouldn't fight Vittori unless Vittori fought out of catch weight. And then he wouldn't fight Vittori if Vittori took too much of his purse.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, he was trying to get out of the fight. So he had to fight at whatever weight he wanted, and he had to basically take as much money as whatever Costa would give him just to make the fight happen. And one of the guys asked him, like, were you bummed you didn't make more money? And he was like, it didn't bother me. He doesn't really get paid that much. So I made a good paycheck tonight. It doesn't bother me. So
yeah, I mean, and deservingly so. They should be. I mean, when you're missing 20 pounds, you should give your entire purse away at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, 20 pounds is ridiculous. I know that, was it 20% of your purse is supposed to happen?
It's supposed to be 30, right?
30% of your purse?
Really? I think it's supposed to be 30.
Okay. I fight, but I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
The only person I've ever fought that hasn't made weight was Till.
And I think he gave you 30%. But at that point in time, he wasn't really making much.
Yeah.
He wasn't. He was like coming off the end of like his beginner contract, and
you got to think too, like some of these guys, and I was like, in my head at that point in time, like this guy's doing this on purpose. So yeah, he's giving me 30%, but his next fight, if he wins this fight, is going to be
for the belt, and they're not even going to care whether he missed weight or not, which they didn't.
They didn't.
His next fight was for the title, even though he missed weight, he beat you, whatever.
And that was
the weight miss was 30% of his beginner contract was nothing compared to, all right, after this fight, I'm going to renegotiate, and that's when I make the real money.
Yeah. Did he fight for the title after my fight?
Yeah, the next fight. He fought Woodley.
Yeah. So, I'm glad Vittori won, but they need to do something about Costa for sure. They need to do.
Yeah. Well, Dana said he's going up to 205, even though Costa is claiming. I mean, he hasn't missed weight in the past, has he?
I don't think so. I think this is like
typically been pretty decent at to get to 185.
Right. But even if it's your first one and it's 20 pounds,
Yeah.
Stupid.
Well, word on the street was he's trying to get cut because he had that beef with Dana and how he was calling out the YouTubers making so much more money than he is, and Dana was like, "Well, go be a YouTuber then."
Yeah.
So
you think he's trying to get cut?
Do you think he's trying to get cut?
Okay.
It didn't sound like he was going that route after the fight.
Yeah, but that's what people are saying.
That's what some people were saying because it was like
it doesn't make sense to me though. I mean, yeah, you're getting paid whatever here, which is pretty good. But then, what, you want to get out of the UFC and hope to get a fight with one of these YouTubers?
Yeah.
Hope, maybe pray to God that you get a fight with one of these YouTubers.
And even if you do, it'll be one fight. Because if you go out there and you starch the YouTuber, you're not going to get another YouTube fight or whatever. It's just a one and done deal.
Or you fight one of these other fighters like Anderson Silva or Vitor Belfort.
Mm-hmm. Which they're not doing.
Now, from what I hear, and speaking of that, breaking news I saw this past weekend, Logan Paul signed a contract to fight Mike Tyson. You think that's happening?
Probably.
That's a scary dude. I don't care how old he is. He's what, in his 50s?
Yeah.
He still put it on you. And he was going light versus Roy Jones.
Yeah.
He wasn't going 100%. That's not 100%.
Well, it was an exhibition.
Yeah.
So there was no real. Yeah.
I would love to see that fight. And, they've been on each other. He's been on his podcast, so I don't think he's going to really go out there and try and finish this guy.
2022.
Oh, let's go. And you got Jake Paul fighting
Tommy Fury.
Supposed to happen.
He's 55 years old Iron Mike is.
Yeah, 55. And when's that fight supposed to happen?
February next year.
February 2022.
Yep.
Man.
Which is right around the corner, which is insane.
Yeah.
So, anyways, yeah, definitely not right on Costa. Even if his bicep was torn, like Vettori was saying, and I've never torn a bicep. I can only imagine that it's super painful. You tear any muscle, and even though Vittori was like, no, he can make weight. It's just a bicep, whatever, blah blah blah. But it really should limit amount of activity that you can do to sweat and make that happen. Really, the only thing at that point in time you could do is just really change your diet, right?
Yeah, and I'm not really sure what all he does to lose weight, but it looks like it would be a ton of weight just because he's a bulky 185er. He carries a lot of muscle. And they showed pictures of him at 185 and him recent, and you could tell his arms look the same, but you could tell in that body
it's not as
shredded. But it looks like he's the type of guy that cuts a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like I could. I mean, I'm not a big guy at all. I feel like I could do it with one arm. I could lose that weight. Oh yeah. I just shadow box to lose my weight.
Yeah, but if you can't, you just use one arm and shadow box.
Well, it gets to the point when you're 178, you stop throwing punches, you just start moving because you're like.
Yeah. You're just like doing whatever you can.
I'm just doing this, just trying to just move in a hot room, temperature turned up to about 150. So
sounds miserable.
I think you should do it one time.
Oh, we will.
Put Tony through a weight.
Yeah. We'll do a challenge so you can lose the most weight in a week.
Me and you?
Me versus you.
I think you could. You would definitely lose more weight.
I have a lot more easy weight to lose for sure.
Yeah.
And then the next week we'll do who can gain the most weight.
That would be you as well. I
I'm
cannot throw down.
I'm trying to win me some money, dude, or whatever's on the line. So Wonderboy versus Sweet Tea, weight loss edition, just extreme weight cutting.
No, I really do want to put you through a weight cut. So or put you through a training camp. You don't have to fight.
I know you want me. You want
I really
put me through it.
Yeah.
I don't want to put me through it.
But it's not what you want though. It's what the fans want. It's not what you want.
We haven't gotten 14 million likes on a video yet, so the fans
14
don't
million?
want it that bad.
I don't think that would ever happen. 14 million? I don't know.
They're out there.
Yeah, we gotta put you through a training camp. We gotta put you through a weight cut, maybe to get to like 230, 225. You think you get to 225?
I think I can get to 225 so easy.
But
the hardest thing for me, and I know this will come as a shock to a lot of you viewers, The hardest thing for me is that I just love food so much.
I mean, I
That's
couldn't
why
tell.
I can't lose weight.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
It's so hard for me to turn down good food, and not good food, but it's so hard for me to turn down a lot of food.
Yeah. Well,
Like my mindset, it's definitely, they say like for the most part, weight gain or whatever, it's a mental thing, and for me mentally, yeah, like I could, if I didn't have this mental blockage of healthy food is not substantial, or I'm going to be hungry all the time, or whatever my mindset is, I could lose the weight. So could anybody else.
I think that's why I stay down. Like I can have a bag of what are those like pizza rolls in my freezer, or a salad in my freezer, and I could easily just pick the salad. Yeah. Or you'd be going straight for the pizza rolls?
Absolutely. 100% guaranteed.
I can do it. I think it's because I've spent time to be able to discipline myself to do that. You haven't. You really haven't. I mean, football, they were trying to shove it down your throat.
Absolutely.
Just eat as much food as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you were, 300 pounds? What's the heaviest you got?
So I played most of my career at 275. We had I played for Elon University. We had a defense that did a lot of stunts and blitzes, so I didn't have to be as heavy as a normal D lineman, because I was always shooting gaps and cutting angles. But then from my redshirt junior to my redshirt senior year, we got a new defensive coordinator who went to more of a traditional, like 4-3 defense, four linemen, and then let the linebackers run free while the linemen hold up double teams and stuff. So I had to put on 30 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah.
And it was the most miserable time of my life.
Yeah, you couldn't walk from one into the room without just sweating.
No, me and my buddy, my roommate Gavin from college, we would talk about how we had to carry paper towels around because we would just be sweating by the time we got from one class to the other, because we were just fat and ripping farts on accident all the time. Just letting them seep out at that point.
How many that shake that you would make? Like how many calories?
It was like a 3,000 calorie shake that I would have 2 of a day. It was terrible. But all that being said, it's a mindset.
It is 100% a mindset.
It's a mindset, and it can be done, but it is hard.
Not really. Just discipline, dude. Just discipline.
Discipline is hard. That's why not everybody's disciplined. There's not a whole lot of discipline.
You could do it. You could do it though.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you believe in me.
I don't have to go to your refrigerator and just pull all the
doesn't work
stuff out, bro.
I'll figure out a way.
No, you can't.
That's my thing too. Is if I start to eat healthy food, I like to eat a lot of food. So that's my mental blockage. I overeat. So I could have a salad, but I'm gonna have 3 of those salads. So I'm still eating as many calories as if I had a cheeseburger or whatever. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can literally go a day without eating at all. Mm-hmm. Which I do that. I mean, I haven't had have you eaten this today already?
Twice, yes.
What? Mm-hmm. You've eaten twice? I haven't had nothing to eat today. I've had a coffee. That's it. That's all I've had. I'm saving for the steaks we're about to have tonight.
Yep. I'm doing some pumpkin carving. some steaks, mac and cheese. So you best believe I'm gonna be overeating.
It's always gonna have about 4
greatness.
Steaks. It's so good though. So good. But yeah, so we got, the Costa fight, Vittori won. What's next for Vittori? Don't know.
Shoot, man. So they announced Derek Brunson versus Jared Cannonier is happening. That's like a title eliminator fight.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, because if Cannonier wins.
Have they fought already?
No. Cannonier has already fought Robert Whitaker, and Robert Whitaker beat him up.
Yeah. Schooled him.
Robert Whitaker's fighting Israel Adesanya. So best case scenario for Cannonier to fight for the belt would have to be Adesanya wins again, and then Cannonier beats Derek Brunson, and then, you know what I'm saying? You could argue that Cannonier should fight, even though he lost to Robert.
Right. He should do it.
If Robert wins and Cannonier wins, I don't know. Do they do the rematch for the belt? But if Robert wins and Brunson wins, or if Brunson wins, period, he's next in line for the title shot at all. So it's definitely an easier path to the title for Derek Brunson.
Yeah.
And I would say Vittori would fight the loser of Cannonier Vittori.
There you go,
Cannonier,
guys.
Brunson.
Tony, you should just be the next UFC matchmaker.
Call me.
Call him. Let's go, Dana White.
I can do it from right here.
I think you would be good at that, and you would be amazing behind the desk.
Probably.
I think you'd be great.
Thanks, man.
You do your research. You're good with words,
Mm-hmm.
but you would have to get down to 225.
Deal. I can do that.
Yeah. There could only be one heavyweight behind the desk, and that's Cormier.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
think he would. He would
Speaking
not
of
like
Cormier, didn't know he was a Braves fan. Braves were going to
What?
the World Series. What? First
Wait,
time
wait.
since '99.
I know. I remember that. I remember when the Braves was a huge thing.
Yeah,
I went to one
and
of their
it's a
games
huge
during
thing
that time
today.
too. Went with my buddy Stephen Hawkins.
Are you sure that's his name?
Yeah, Stephen Hawkins. Stephen Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The really brilliant guy who had ALS.
No, his name was Stephen Hawkins.
All right, man.
Yeah. Stephen, Miss Hawkins. Remember she come to the Christ
Yeah.
School? Stephen Hawkins. That's his
right,
name,
dude.
bro. Yeah, my man Stephen. Went to a Braves game.
Well, they're back in the World Series.
I had to wheelchair
I'm
him
gonna be
up
honest
the,
with you. I don't even know who they're playing.
wheelchair him in.
He wheelchaired himself in with his
Yeah.
brilliant
I
mind.
know. So you got UFC 267 coming up. Big
Yes,
card,
we
man.
do.
Big card. When is that fight supposed to be happening?
Let's see. Oh, it's Astro. Oh, the Astros are going to the World Series again
Wait,
versus
so versus
Atlanta
the-
Braves.
What?
Yeah, so you
Let's
know
go Atlanta Braves, man.
but you got some Astros fans, bro.
Mm.
Lance McCullers, Alex Bregman.
That's right. Let's go Astros.
That's messed up, dude. Atlanta Braves,
Bro,
the
you gotta cut that
hometown
out.
team.
You gotta cut that out of there. Cut that.
Nope.
Yeah, you got to, bro.
Not
cut
cutting
that out
it.
of there. I didn't realize they played for the Astros.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like
don't-
friends
you're-
with these
you're not a
guys, and I have
sports
no
guy,
idea
though.
who they play for. So sorry, Alex.
It doesn't count. He's not a sports guy.
No, we play.
But you
Call
kind of
Duty.
have to go for the Braves though, just because they're like your hometown. I'm sure he understands.
No, I gotta go. I mean, when do I ever watch baseball for one? And if I'm going to be cheering for somebody, it's going to be the team that I know guys on.
That's true. Is if you're not a big sports guy,
You know what I mean? I'm not a big
it's
sports
just gonna
guy.
hurt my boy Clay to hear you say that. But whatever. Maso Manos.
Clay who?
Clay J, dude, from college.
Oh, that Clay.
my
Is he Atlanta Braves fan?
Huge Braves fan.
Sorry,
He
Clay.
texted me. He said he wasn't crying, but I'm pretty sure he was crying.
Yeah, he
because
was
they're
crying.
going to the.
Yeah. So good. I mean, great for both teams. Let's
Yeah.
get it. When is that supposed to be happening? And where? Neutral stadium, right?
No, they go back and forth.
Okay. Oh wait. Oh, because
They go
it's like
back
a
and
best 2 out of
forth.
3 or
It's
7.
the best
or-
out of 7.
What? That's ridiculous.
But that's how it should be done, though.
Best out of 7.
Like every fighter should fight each other more than once.
Like back to back.
Yeah, like best 2 out of 3.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you really know if you're a better fighter.
Right. That is.
Are
true.
you actually a better fighter, or were you just better on that night?
Or was it just an accidental? Just close
Superman
your eye-
punch
yeah,
off
Superman.
the cage, knock you out immediately. Hey, that happens to more than just you. That's just the one that I can recall.
Yeah.
The soonest.
Bisbing, Luke.
Yeah.
Well, that was that was actually a really good placed shot.
Yeah. But I see what you're saying there.
You know what I mean? I mean, we all
Was it-
expected Luke to win that fight.
Yeah, it would be a more definitive answer of like, is he a better fighter?
Mm-hmm.
Is he actually a better fighter, or did he just do better that night?
Right.
And that's why these big time sports, well, for the money, obviously, it's a huge market for as many games as possible because millions and millions of dollars are generated each game. But they really know we beat you 4 out of the 7 times. Like,
Come on, bro. We got you.
we're better than you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I think we should do that.
Yeah.
Fight one day, wait a day, fight another time. That would just take forever. People, I think, should eventually be like, all right, I'm turning it.
Well, I don't know, because if it was an exciting fight, wouldn't you want to see it again?
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But a little bit more wear and tear, so maybe like a month break.
Yeah, or you could do like a whole nother training camp again or whatever. Make your
Yeah.
preparations, come back.
That would take the longest to ever get to a title shot. That would be so long.
Yeah,
Take forever.
I know. So, anyways, yeah, UFC 267.
Excited.
up.
We got who we got, Sweet Tea?
I got to tell you one thing. We have a lot of foreigners. So they're back in Abu Dhabi, Yas Island, Abu Dhabi, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say about 0 of these people are American. Like,
a lot
not
of
even kidding.
Europeans, Russians.
Yes. Absolutely. Except for Corey Sandhagen. USA, USA. Ooh, bless you. Nice hat hair, man.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, not even kidding. There's one American on this card. Let me just double check.
And that's Corey
this other guy.
Sandhagen?
Yeah, that's Sandhagen.
Let's go, USA.
Let me check out my man Lerone. Leronius. So yeah, I can't click on this fight. I'm not sure where this guy is from, but it looks like we have just about one American on this card.
All right,
so they're back in Abu Dhabi.
Let's go USA, man.
Get it.
Corey Sandhagen go out there beating Peter Yan. This is for the interim title, right? Because Aljamain's got the title. He's still injured. Is it still his neck or something different?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but I hear you. I think he's injured.
Yeah,
I think he was saying
injured.
he wanted to fight, right? But
yeah.
Okay, he's saying he wanted to fight. Okay, so it's for an interim title, and then the winner of that fights him.
Yep.
So, who do you think's got that fight? I mean, Corey Sandhagen's a beast. He's a different fighter. He's good everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think his weak point would be maybe his wrestling, his takedowns. You know, more of a jiu-jitsu guy. They don't have the best takedowns, but it's not like a Khabib who's like with a strong wrestling background. Mm-hmm. He's got good striking, good spinning techniques. He's got some crazy knockouts, but his jiu-jitsu is pretty good as well.
Jiu-jitsu is good and his striking's on point, and Piotr's got good striking and good wrestling. So
yeah, good wrestling defense for sure.
It's
going to be a stand-up fight.
Sandhagen's, I don't know.
You for real?
I don't know. I mean, even Aljamain's jiu-jitsu is really good, and Piotr was starting to take him down and stuff like that because, that, like you said, if you're a really good wrestler, it can sometimes nullify the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So I think
you think Peter's going to use his wrestling or he's going to stand and box like he normally does?
Well, Corey Sandhagen's crafty. He's long. Piotr's going to have to get on the inside and use his striking. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. That's going to be very interesting. I mean, we're going back and watching the Peter Yan and Aljamain fight. It surprised me to see, like, during the fight, like, how better Peter Yan was at that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you could see Aljamain kind of struggling, trying to figure out what to do next. Like, he went from striking to trying to take him down. He couldn't take him down. And then you started to see him fatigue. He started getting really tired.
Well, his pace was just unreal.
Yeah.
He went with one of those approaches. It was like, I'm just not going to stop and give this guy any time to do anything. And then obviously,
you talking about Peter or are you talking
about Aljamain?
Aljamain, yeah. His pace
so he
was
started to
crazy.
Fatigue.
Was crazy. And Peter Yan's a very calm fighter. And I think that's what makes him so good, obviously. But very calm, and you can see he's calculating everything out there, timing the shots, and I think he ended up taking Aljamain down, like you said, right?
He did when Aljamain started to fatigue.
Started to get tired. Smart. His reactions aren't the same. All right, let me just go out there and not just.
But
beat
at
him
that point in
up.
time, it was probably 3 rounds to none. So Piotr just had to finish him to win. So was it a good strategy on Aljamain? Go ahead and get up in early 3 rounds and then coast the next 2 or what? So strategy.
Yeah. I don't know what was going through Peter Yan's head, but that was probably the most illegal knee I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, what? How do you not know not to knee this guy right
Especially at this moment in time as you're pushing his face down to the canvas.
Even if your coaches say it's like, what? Are y'all idiots? I would be looking over to my corner like, you guys are idiots.
But he looked over and like asked or something. I don't remember the whole deal. Like, is he good? And they said like yes or something. And so then he did it. But so I'm taking Sandhagen on that one. I'm hoping he brings it back home.
That's gonna be a good
to
one.
USA. But to
USA.
kick off the main card, we have Magomed Ankalive taking on Volkan Ozdimir. So at one point in time, Volkan was just starching dudes. He was a surging prospect, but he's been struggling as of late. No, this is 205.
Oh, wow, okay.
He's fighting Magomed Ankalive. That's the guy who He's Russian. He fought the guy who dressed up as like the Hulk, painted himself, and he faked being knocked out, and they stopped the fight.
Yeah.
And then the next fight, they rematched, and he actually knocked him out cold.
Yeah.
So his next fight, he's number 7. He's taking on number 8, Volkan Ozdimir. I'm taking the hot hand. I'm going Ankalive for that one.
Yeah, I am too. I'm going to go for him. I wonder what he dresses up this time as.
No, he's not the one that dressed up.
Oh, see, the names confuse me.
Yeah. Well, Ion Kutalaba was.
That's right. Kutalaba.
He's the one that.
Gotcha, that dresses up. Okay, I got those two confused. Anyway, yeah, I'm terrible with names. Let me see a picture.
Picture.
Show me a picture.
Those two guys.
Oh yeah. So Volt, yeah, he has been struggling lately. He was on a roll, knocking everybody out.
Yep.
I mean, he beat. Wait, did Reyes beat him? Or did he beat Reyes? No, Reyes beat him.
Yep. He was like the first one.
Yeah.
Reyes beat him.
Started it.
Yep.
And then after that, he just started kind of struggling. Kind of went downhill. But you never know. He could come back. We'll see. Could be working on some things. It's been a while since he's fought, right?
I don't think so.
That's going to be a good fight, though. Really good fight.
Yeah.
Man, you're starting to see, like, Russians. The Russians are taking over, bro.
They are all over this card. His last fight, he got knocked out by Prohaska, remember?
Yeah.
Prohaska.
Yeah, it's like, powered up the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taking a
Took him
leaf
out
of Izzy Adesanya's book. Just powering up the hand. Boom! But yeah, man, Russians are taking over. They're strong, and they're all from, like, it seems like
old
Khabib's
Dagestan.
Camp. Yeah, all like from Khabib's camp. Just heavy, strong wrestlers.
Mm-hmm. Well, because Sambo is their like
That's
national sport, so it's heavy in all the grappling.
Come on,
parts.
USA.
So then next up, we got the return of Khamzat Chimaev. You know, probably the hottest start and stop of a career that I've ever seen.
He was hot during the pandemic.
Yeah.
You know, he was like fighting back to back.
Yeah.
And then he got like I think COVID just
apparently he got COVID and it messed him up to the point to where he retired.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, you don't have to retire. Give yourself some time. Come back. So now he's coming back against the ultra tough and durable Li Jingliang.
Li Jingliang, baby, let's go.
From China.
Oh man.
And part of the Paradigm squad.
Yeah, he is part of Paradigm. I'm gonna go for Jiang on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's been a while since Khamzat has fought, but he's tough, dude. He's tough. He's long. From what I've heard, the guy is just ridiculously strong. But I think when it comes to the stand-up, maybe Jiang's got it. We just haven't seen enough of. Yeah, we've seen him knock out a 185er, but he pretty much had his hands down and just gave him
just
knockout.
punch him in the chin.
Yeah. Hey, punch me in the face.
Here's
Moved right into his right hand too. So
just a clean hit.
Can't really go off of that. It's, oh man, he's got the most amazing striking because he threw one punch and knocked the guy out.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is hard to go. And then the other two guys he fought.
Just wrestled him.
He wrestled him. He broke like a striking record on one guy. And then that guy's next fight, his opponent broke Khamzat's striking record on him as well.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like, okay, you have that. And then his first fight was a 155er that had come up and fought last minute, and Andy McKee. And
so how many
struggled.
fights? 3 fights? He's got three fights.
3 fights, 2 in 10 days.
And then after that third fight, he was just calling everybody out in every weight class. And I think Luke Rockhold called him out.
Yeah, but then he was like, nah.
Yeah, dude, I'm not going to do that.
Luke Rockhold? He was like, I'll fight anybody at 170 and 185. And then a 185er called him out, and he was like, nah, I'm a 170.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that may or may not have been him on Twitter.
Who knows? He's. Yeah. So we'll see, man.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the Paradigm guy, Li Jingliang. He's durable. I've seen a lot of his fights, so I know what he's about.
Tough. Big 170 too. He's a big 170.
Yeah, big test for both guys. We'll really see where Khamzat's at in this whole deal. And I feel like Khamzat only wants to fight in Abu Dhabi. He's only fought in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
He hasn't fought over in America yet.
Yeah.
He's
quick
And
trip.
I wonder if
easy
we're gonna
trip for
stop
him.
seeing that. I think that's why there's a lot more foreigners on these cards because America's.
Like, I don't want to go over there and fight, or you
No.
think it's harder to get over there and back.
Well, there's the UFC said if you are coming to America, you have to be vaccinated.
So they're going to keep that going.
So
and
they're
give the
going to
Europeans
Yas
Gotcha.
Island because there's not the mandate there. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. That's why this is stacked with Europeans and all kind
Got
of
one guy from
foreigners.
USA.
Next up, you have Alexander Volkov taking on Marcin Tybura. There's the old picture for you.
Dude, the Volkovs just get me, man. There's so many Volkovs, I feel.
Volkov, Volkanovski.
These are
Voltron.
205ers, heavyweights?
These are heavyweights.
Okay.
Heavyweights. Volkov is the guy that was just doing work on Derek Lewis, and then Derek Lewis punched him like with 25 seconds left, knocked him out, won the
But
fight.
that's a Derek Lewis thing. You know, Derek Lewis would do that.
I'm going Volkov on this fight.
Yeah, me too. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Cool. Moving on.
Moving on. Let's go.
Islam Makhachev, a.k.a. Khabib 2.0, versus Dan Hooker.
Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's in the U.S. right now, right? Didn't he move his camp to the U.S.?
He wants to move. He wants to move to U.S. because it's super hard to get out of New Zealand.
Oh, so but it's probably easy to get to.
Yeah. So
Wow.
there you go. You got Islam Makhachev, who's 20-1.
Who did he lose to?
I don't know.
Probably
another
before the
Russian
UFC?
somewhere. Probably Khabib.
Yeah.
At some point in time. Super stud. They're saying he's Khabib 2.0. People are saying all this stuff. I haven't been as impressed with his UFC run as I was with Khabib's when he first got onto the jam.
Well, I think that's because that was the first time you saw Khabib, like his style, and now
Yeah.
you've seen it already. It's like, some
Yeah.
of the guys.
And for people, but for people to say, "Oh, he's Khabib 2.0," it's like I'm expecting to see 2.0 type of things from him.
And it's not.
Yeah.
You figure, that guy's the regular Khabib, and Khabib is 2.0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't be 2.0
And
Khabib
not be better.
and not
Or not
and
do
not be
more
better.
extravagant things.
Yeah, it's probably negative in the negatives at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like negative 2.0.
Yeah, he's probably like negative. He's probably like Khabib 0.5.
Yeah.
Like he's like half of Khabib. However that math works out. But anyways, he's taking on Dan Hooker.
I like Dan Hooker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bet against him, but the guy he's fighting is pretty much undefeated. He's got one loss, but still.
Big time wrestler.
Yeah.
His grappling is like his primary thing. 65% takedown accuracy. Dan Hooker's got solid defense.
He does.
But the pressure and relentlessness of people like Makhachev tend to wear that defense down after a while.
Yeah.
Can Hooker put him out of there, knock him out, or is
He's got heavy hands.
Makhachev going to just wrestle him to a victory?
You know who Hooker knocked out?
Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do that, man.
Shut up, dude.
So, who you taking, Makhachev or Dan Hooker?
I like Dan Hooker, but who I think's going to win? Makhachev.
Yeah, it seems like if you have a really solid wrestling background, you just have more favoritism.
And it's
in
not even
winning
that.
a fight.
It's the beard.
No, yeah, true.
If you have a beard, if you got the beard connection here,
The no stash beard.
you got to go for that guy.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Unless it's Hamzat, because you picked Li Jingliang.
Yeah, but Hamzat's got it's not as
Hamzat's
thick.
9-0.
It's not as thick.
No, it's pretty thick.
Is
In
it?
that picture, it was pretty solid.
Okay, never mind.
Hamzat's 9-0. Islam Makhachev is 20-1. You know what I mean? So it's like
yeah. 20
you can't exclusively pull for the beard until they have at least 13 wins in a
13-0.
row.
Yeah.
So,
So he hadn't earned it yet. He's 3-0 right now. He hadn't earned it yet.
so we already picked Peter Yan versus Corey Sandhagen. We're both taking Sandhagen, USA. And then main event, you have Battle of the Old Fellas.
Uh-oh.
Gian Blachowicz taking on Glover Teixeira.
Woo! Now,
Yeah.
how old is Blachowicz?
Blachowicz is like 38, so he's like as old as you are.
Dude, I'm going for Glover, man. I would love
Glover
to see Glover
is
Teixeira.
43, I think.
But he looks like he's about 50.
It looks like he's 53.
Glover he just always impresses me. But it's been so long since he's fought, too.
His last fight was a year ago, basically.
Smith, Anthony Smith, right?
Nope.
No.
He beat Thiago Santos.
Oh man,
He was supposed to.
And Santos is scary, bro.
Yeah.
Scary power. He's got that Mjolnir on his chest, right?
But it was like his first fight back from knee, the whole knee. Remember, because he was real slow. He just wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
Maybe
After
it
what,
wasn't.
who was it? Was it? It was John Jones.
Yep. Just
Right, just tore
destroyed
his
his
knees up.
knees. And ever since then, he's kind of been.
I'm going for Glover.
But
Let's go,
Glover beat
Glover.
him up. Oh yeah, Glover took him down and just
McGlover?
ground and pounded him and
Call him
beat
McGlover.
him up. Mick Glover.
Let's go, McGlover.
So dang man, Jan Blachowicz. I'm going with Jan.
You going with
Yanni
Jan?
Blan.
Oh, dude, I'm going for my man Glover because he's an older guy, you know.
Yeah.
Older guy, but he's been crushing it.
He's been doing really well.
He
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Does not matter. He's got power in his hands. His jiu-jitsu is on another level too. I mean, Blachowicz is really, really strong, but I feel like Glover is too. How's my
Yeah.
hair, dude?
It's great. Looks really good.
Thanks, dude.
Not as good as mine, but it looks really good. All right, so there you go. There, UFC 267 picks. Let us know who you guys are taking down in the comments below. Who's winning the main card? We want to hear your thoughts and who you're taking. We're going to be tuning in for that one.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
For show.
But WB, this is the last podcast before Halloween, so we got to do some Halloween topics.
What we got?
Some Halloween stuff. So we got a few Halloween, like I said, topics, ideas picked out, and some questions. Kind of get your ideas on and thoughts on these things.
All right.
So you ready?
Yeah, man.
All right.
You got to answer
so,
too.
Halloween portion. Let's get into it. Favorite scary movie or book?
Favorite scary? No, you don't. You know I don't read books. So.
Yeah, books.
Come
Who
on.
reads
Who
books?
does that nowadays? Scariest?
No, it just says favorite.
Favorite. Okay. I'm a huge like 80s film fan. So I'm going to go with Fright Nights. Those are always my favorite going on.
Dude, that's a solid.
You know
those
what I mean?
Really
It's not
solid.
too scary, but you still get that Halloween vampire werewolf thing happening, but it's also kind of funny as well. 80s films are the best.
Yeah.
80s horror films are the best. Nowadays, like in the 90s, like people just want to be scared out of their minds, and that's not what I want. I want an adventure.
I'm not trying
a
to
Halloween
leave
adventure.
the theater sweaty, like fear sweat.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And knowing you got to go home, like especially me by myself.
Yeah,
Not happening.
it's not.
I would say Fright Nights.
That's solid.
Yeah.
So I got one kind of genre that I'm always a huge fan of, and one of my first favorite movies that I really enjoyed. It was like a scary movie that at the end of it I wasn't absolutely terrified. I'm a huge fan of zombie movies, and it was the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Dawn of the Dead remake.
Yeah, like the newer Dawn of the Dead.
Got you.
Where they had the abandoned mall. Anything that has to do with
that came out
post-apocalyptic
years
type
ago, didn't it?
stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love that movie.
It was a while ago.
When thinking of a zombie apocalypse happening. That's like I don't know if you want those zombies though.
No, those zombies can run like a 40, 45 mph.
Yeah.
No, you want the slow ones like Walking Dead.
Or
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Solid film as well. Shaun of the Dead was great. Got to get to the Winchester.
Yeah.
But also another good movie too, and people loved it, as did I. Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was like at the very end of it, you see how it all worked.
Yeah,
You know,
it was
how they-
orchestrated. They were this secret
Organization.
orchestrated to sacrifice people to like a hell god.
Yeah.
Like
And they had all
massive-
these like demons and things you've heard of growing up, like in these like cases box. They end up getting out, right? Well,
Spoiler alert. No, I mean this movie's years old. If you haven't seen it yet, then.
you need to slap yourself.
But yeah, so they have this cabin in the woods where they lure people to them to spend the time there, and they have this basement with all of these sketchy artifacts in the basement, and depending on who in that group touches what artifact first determines what creature is going to be released upon you
Yeah.
in that cabin.
And
So
you have,
there's
like-
all these artifacts, and they have all kind of different monsters like mermaids and giant snakes and just all
giant
kind of stuff.
spiders and ghosts and ghouls, but humans are kind of behind it. They're
They
orchestrated it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super cool. Super
Very
cool.
cool
I like
movie.
that movie. Good call. Good call.
This one's pretty intense. What's your biggest fear?
I would say there's a I wouldn't say just one biggest fear. There's like I'll pick two. One, and I think this is you had mentioned in the past about, and one thing me as well. I think this is majority of people's fears. It's claustrophobia.
That's real messed up.
Why?
You just took my deal.
Sorry, dude.
I told you that before this
I know,
even started. And you
but
just stole
it is
my
one of
fear.
my. It is one of my serious. I will wake up in the middle of the night, tangled up in my covers, and freak out. Like it pulls me out of sleep because I can't move my arms.
Bruh, it's messed up, dude.
Okay, that and being in a huge body of water and me just being out there by myself in that body of water, not knowing what's underneath me. So I picture, like I said, Lake Placid, trees sticking up out of this huge lake, and the water is super calm. And somehow I just got dropped off in the middle of this massive lake, and I have to swim through it to get to the shore, just knowing something's about to come up and get me. That freaks me out.
That's pretty bad.
You're in the ocean. I saw this picture not too long ago, and it freaked me. I had to stop looking at it. And it was a zoomed out like picture of this huge body of water. The ocean light, it's like lighter, and then as it gets pitch black as you look down of this huge body of water, and you see this human being like right here, and nothing.
Why do you keep saying huge body of water, not just
Like
say the ocean?
Just the ocean. Okay. But for me, it's just any big body of water. It could be a lake. You know what I mean?
What if
big
it's a
river.
pond? There's some pretty creepy ponds
Yeah,
out
pond,
there.
dude. Are you kidding me?
But it's not a big body of water. It's just a pond.
Well, how big can a pond be? I mean, it can be pretty big.
I don't know. When does it become not a pond anymore?
I would say a lake. Yeah. Maybe not a pond, but a lake.
Ponds are nasty.
Yeah.
They have leeches.
Yeah, but these just aren't that bad. When you think of like a massive gator or like something you've never seen before, you know, I mean, our local lake, they found like a piranha-like thing in there.
I'm sure
It's
they
like a
did.
piranha in our lone lake.
That was also a lake that was like illegally used to dump radioactive material. So.
Exactly. So what else is radioactive? And
Good
you
call.
hear of people that, you know, there's a big dam, right? Dams the water up. That have to go down there and check the dam out, and people quit on the reg because they look behind them and you see just a mouth looking at you like this big, right behind you. You have catfish down there just the size of vehicles.
Let me ask you a question.
How scary
though.
is that? Yeah.
Where can I get some damn bait?
What movie? Don't say anything. Type in the comments down below. What movie is that?
Well, I would tell you what my biggest fear was, but just Wonderboy stole it. So
You got to have more than one.
No, it's really it. I mean,
That's
heights, but like nobody wants to be high because if you fall, you're dead. You know what I mean?
So
that's
I
really
follow
it.
this guy on TikTok,
Of course you do.
and his name to fame is that he's a professional.
His claim to fame.
His claim to fame is that he is a professional cave. What do you call him? Cave explorer.
Cave, yeah.
And he will fit in like spaces like this. Like
Yeah,
he can
that
barely
messes me up.
move in. And he's like, see this, guys? See, most people here would panic. I would freak out if my foot was just in there. But he's got his whole torso, and he's just doing this. And it takes him like an hour to get through this thing. I mean, it is literally this big.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
somehow he can like turn around and come back. No.
It's not worth
sorry.
it.
I'm sorry.
What is the point?
Yeah.
Zero. It's like skydiving. It's not worth it. I'm just gonna drive fast in a car with the windows down if I want to feel the wind through my hair, dog. I'm not gonna jump out of a plane and hope this thing on my back is gonna work properly. Can't just tuck and roll off of a airplane and live to tell about it.
True. Well, there have been many cases of people falling miles out of a plane and living.
Yeah, few. That's why you heard about them, because they're miracle. All right, moving on to the next one.
Let's see it. Let's hear it. Let's see it.
Favorite Halloween candy? got the trick-or-treating happening. If you could get one candy in your bag and you would just be like, all right, my night's made. I can just go home now. What is it?
I would say either a full packet of peanut M&Ms, or a Three Musketeer. I love freaking Three Musketeers, dude. You put a whole Three Musketeers in my bag, I'm going home. Or a Twix. I love Twix.
So just any candy, really?
No,
just keep naming
it's got to be a
candies?
big bar, like the king size. You know, you can't be getting those little tiny baby size Snickers.
Yeah.
Give me a Three Musketeer Twix.
Would you rather have one big bar or like 7 small bars?
That would probably equal up to like one big bar.
What if it was slightly more than one? And you had the choice.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude, my candies are always gummies, but my favorite candy of all time is the Airhead Bites, the cream-filled Airhead Bites.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my favorite. I can grab a bag of those, and I'm living the dream. The heck kind of question is this? Number 5, would you rather eat brains or a heart?
Well, I've had chicken hearts before. Really rubbery. I would not eat a brain. I just can't do it. Yeah, what always comes in my head when about eating brains is that Indiana Jones when he goes to like India or something like that, and they crack open these monkeys' heads and they're eating monkey brains.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I don't see at all how that would be good. How that would be delicious.
It just depends on the texture.
Yeah.
I feel like the brain would be like a cartilagey texture, kind of like crunchy soft. Not a fan of that.
Yeah.
But I feel like a heart would be chewy, rubbery. I mean,
It
probably
is.
gamey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a twangy.
Depends on how you season it.
But with that being said, they say that whatever you eat helps that same thing inside of you.
Really? Who says that?
I don't know. Whoever they is.
Whoever they are.
So it's like, do I want brains for my brain or do I want heart for my heart? Probably heart for my heart.
Yeah.
I'm pretty okay with my brain power, but hearts, you know what I mean? You have no idea what's going on.
I'm pretty okay with all of it, so there's no need to eat any of it.
Yeah, none. Candy brains, candy hearts. Last one we'll go with is WB favorite horror movie character.
Oh, man.
If you could pick one horror movie character, who was it?
Oh, man. Horror movie character. One that always freaked me out. And they actually had a remake recently. It wasn't a remake, but kind of added on to it recently. One of my scariest movies of all time growing up as a kid, because I was so young watching this movie, and I can't believe my dad let me watch it.
Maybe
and I was
didn't.
scared
Maybe you just
of.
snuck it.
No, dude, we watched it. And we were all sitting there as a family. I'm sitting in my whitey tighties watching this thing at like age 6.
Yeah.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Freaked me out. I mean, you got this guy in this massive cloak, right? He's got this huge, it's not like a meat hook. This thing is like ginormous and just shoved up into his nub. And you say his name, I forgot how long, 3 or 5 times, and he appears and just rips it up through your body. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I remember in the movie,
that is one vicious nub.
It was like in a bad part of town, and some kid goes to this local, park. In the bathroom there was a mirror, and he does it, and the janitor comes in while this dude's being killed, and he was so scared his hair like turned white. I'm like, that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
If you're so scared that your hair just turns white, I don't even know how that's even possible. But as a kid, I'm like, this dude's it. Like, I was scared of the bathroom. I'm still scared of the bathroom. It still kind of scares me every now and then. Mm-hmm. What about you?
That's a good one.
Candyman freaked me out.
So, the scariest of all time for me, and kind of similar with kids, would be the Exorcist girl. But she's not my favorite. Like, I'm not like, I could never see her. Yeah, no. Yeah. But one character, and I guess you could say characters, that's really intense for me would be the Strangers.
Oh, you're talking about
just
those?
They're just people.
Yeah.
But the suspense of those movies, like the whole first hour of the movie, it's just you seeing them in the background, waiting for them to do something.
Yeah.
They'll freaking just like be like half of their body poked out the door, watching this couple have a crappy night because they had like a crappy wedding or whatever. I don't even remember seeing it. And the suspense of that movie, when they were going to actually do stuff, was just crazy suspenseful to me.
Yeah.
So
I remember watching that. We saw that in theater, didn't we?
yeah.
That was pretty intense. That and what was there was one more.
When a Stranger Calls.
Yeah. Oh my
One
goodness.
that was rough.
At the
to
time, that
watch.
was probably one of the most suspenseful movies I've ever seen.
Ever.
Yeah. At the time. That was before Paranormal Activity. That was super suspenseful to me. But When a Stranger Calls, freaked me out.
Yeah.
Knowing that it had nothing to do with like a demon or anything, or like a Freddy Krueger type out, but it was just a human being. And human beings are that crazy,
That intense.
that intense. That's what freaks you out the most, huh? You
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, and just playing with them and knowing they're watching you and knowing that they know your location, so you have nowhere to go for safety. You're just stuck, and at that point in time, you just gotta be ready to fight, man.
Yeah. Just cut all the
Ready to
lights
throw
on,
down.
just stand there in the middle with a bat or a knife or something. Let's go.
Yeah,
know
or
what I
what you do is you actually call the lights off and you start hunting them.
That's what I was, dude. Why don't they do
You
that?
you hit that, what is that, star 66, star 67, hit that redial on them and be like, I see
reverse
you. Where am I at? You know what I mean?
And while they picked up and
looking
grabbed
at
the
you.
phone, they'll look to see where you were and you're gone. So you become the hunter.
That's
You're
right.
the hunted.
And then roles reversed.
And they don't know the layout of the house, and you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do. If you're being hunted by another human being, somehow, some way, reverse the roles.
Yeah. You got to be like, when they call, like, I know where you're at. Like, I know where you're at, too. I see you. They're like, wait, what?
I'm supposed to be
know
killing
where I'm
you.
at. I was supposed to be, haunting you. What is this?
I think the first movie to ever, like, especially with those kind of calls, was Scream.
Yeah.
I'll cut you up like a fish. Freaked me out, bro.
Freaked me out, too, when he sliced that Drew Barrymore's boyfriend up in the background.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, my boyfriend's a football player. He's going to kick your butt. Then he was like, look outside.
That was perfect. Look outside. That was
Out
down
the
to
window.
And then he's like all tied up.
Is this your boyfriend? And then he slashes him open.
You have the best murder voice.
Well, I'm kind of sick right now, so it was like perfect.
Bro. You didn't tell me you were sick, dude. Sicko. Anyway.
Literally.
Well, there you go, guys. I think that's it. Is that all the questions, bro?
That's all the questions.
That's it?
Questions done.
Let's go.
Dunzo.
Halloween version. Guys, make sure you guys check out and let them know when that next video is coming up, man.
We are dropping
The
another
challenge.
video. Well, we got the challenge coming up Friday,
Yes.
12 p.m. Eastern, droppage. If you're interested in those challenge type videos, it's going to be a fun one, exciting. Get to see us get scared a little bit or not. We'll see. And always we have the Technique Tuesdays that drop on a Wednesday. Got the old Weckneek Wednesdays going down. Those drop at noon as well. So if you're interested in this one's going to be a little bit different. We're actually going to do more of kind of a reaction video. So if you want to see WB reacting to some cool stuff, check out this Wednesday's video. That's also drops at 12 p.m. Eastern. So
All right. There you have it, guys. Thanks for joining us, guys, and have a safe and happy Halloween.
that's right. Enjoy the rest of the week. Kick this Monday's butt. And don't forget to check us out over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well.
All right, guys. Catch y'all later. Hit that subscribe button. Peace.
Peace.